Well, good morning everyone. So I'm back at the dam where I set the trap last Friday. It's now Monday morning, so it's had 4 days here. You can see it over there on the tree, copping a bit of direct sunlight. And the two grebes are out here. So at this stage, the purpose of this visit is just to check that the the camera's working okay. And I'll have it running here for a couple of weeks if everything checks out correctly here now. It's interesting, in the last few days we've had, certainly in my place, which is not too far away, we had some rain, probably had rain here. Looks like there has been a bit of inflow there. Some pretty windy days, some sunny, overcast days, so it's had a pretty good sample of the different weather conditions it's got to operate under. So let's go over now and have a look, just see if everything's working okay. So anything that it picks up here now is of interest, but at this stage it's just making sure that it's doing its job properly. The two grebes are out there, so I've probably got a million shots of just those two grebes moving around, but we'll see. It's probably a bit hard to see, but there's a scaly-breasted lorikeet just in there. There he goes. Okay, so the camera trip. Here we go, the moment of truth. All I'll do is open it up. We'll just see that it's recording images. Then I'll take the memory card out, have a look at it on the laptop. Okay, so here we go. So now we're playing back. I don't know if you can see that on this camera. These are shots when I was testing it, setting it up. Yeah, and so we've got heaps and heaps of triggers here of the dam. And there we go, back to the start. So it's interesting, not as many as I was expecting, but that might be a good sign telling me that there's not a lot of false triggers. So what we'll do is just take the card out and take this over to the car now, where I've got a laptop, and I'll insert this in the laptop and have a look. Okay, there's a memory card. And here we go. So the first ones were, I just set it up on the car and I was testing it. So I walked in front. Okay, so 12:48 on the 21st. So this is Friday, 10 to 1, 30 degrees Celsius. So there's a larger bird on the dam, on that little floating island. Looks like it might be a cormorant. Oh wow. Wow. So it's just showing it to me on the screen here. Small, these images are actually 5,440 by 4,080. So we'll be able to zoom in and have a good look at that. But it looks like it's a pied cormorant at the moment. And there's nothing unusual about that. You'd expect that here, but getting the confirmation that it's here is good. Yeah, you can see the exposure levels changing. There's a bit of movement here on this one on Saturday. That might actually be the grebes down the left hand corner here, moving through. Oh, and this is me collecting it now. Okay, so that is pretty good in that it shows me that it's not being randomly triggered by moving foliage and moving shadows and things like that. So the infrared that helps work out a legitimate target by the change in body temperature is coming into it. So what I've got to do now is I'll copy these onto this laptop, take them home, and really look at them full resolution, because there's a few here where it's gone off and I can't quite see why. but that's okay. We can probably work that out on full screen. But getting that cormorant's nice because all of the surveys that we're doing as part of the project are 20-minute 2 hectare surveys, so they're all standardized, so that allows us to compare apples with apples basically across the different sites. But there's plenty of times that you're going to miss things just because they're not there at the specific time that you're there, and having something like this working will be great. And you can see that little floating island moving around. I should be able to zoom in on this. I'll zoom in here. Yeah, look at him, wings out. Okay. Oh, you can see the grebes on the side. Yeah, that resolution kind of breaks up a bit, doesn't it? But anyway, okay, well look, that's great. So it's definitely working properly. It's given us one result already. And now I'm just going to set it back out there for a couple of weeks. And so I will call this a success at this stage. Cool. Righto, well let's go put it back now. Alright, so the card's back in there now. I'll just turn that on. Okay, so it's all ready to roll. Now the interesting thing is I just thought, even if the only thing that we pick up here is these 2 Australasian grebes, I mean we had that cormorant, but we know these grebes are using this regularly. They like to dive down and just eat what they can catch, so there's obviously a good food source for them here. They build their nests out of floating beds of rotting vegetable matter, and reeds and plant matter and so on. And even if that's all that's in use here, it would still be worthwhile just for them to revegetate that so that they could start to breed here. I would suggest there's not enough here at the moment for them to breed to build their floating nests out of. So I'm not saying that we will do that with this project, but that is certainly one huge potential that we've got here. So here's some footage that I took of grebes at another location a couple of years ago. So it's not part of this project, and it wasn't with a camera trap, it's just with a camcorder. But this will show you what their nests are like and what kind of habitat they like. And really, we've got that potential to do that down here at this end, where there's a bit of growth on the side there. It's a little bit more protected, and we know these grebes are here certainly in the last week or two that I've been visiting. So anyway, that's one little possibility that I've identified here, so we'll see where we go. But anyway, enjoy these shots of grebes in another habitat. Okay, and thanks for watching this. See ya. Okay, so I've left the property. I'm just downstream of the creek that runs through there, and look who's on the road. I see some water dragon. I think he's hiding from it. I'm trying to hide like that now. Off we go. And he would live around here. It's a blueface honeyeater. He would live around here, and they can actually swim extremely quickly underwater. So in fact, this dam's a good comparison. If we could get the one we were at to look something like this, imagine how much better that would be for the wildlife around it. The old water dragon's probably just around here somewhere. But yeah, something like this now. Slightly different soil here, but nonetheless, we should be able to achieve something like this if this is a project we go ahead with. At the moment, we're still monitoring and finding our kind of high value priority sites to work on, but this is what it would be good to get it looking like, something like this if we can.